Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a first impressions and demo of the new Ela Cosmetics I See the Light 12-piece brush set. So they're calling this the ultimate eye brush set. Contains 12 synthetic eye brushes, and they say it is ideal to apply and blend to perfection any eye makeup look that you wish to create, plus a cute bag to keep them nice and safe. And yeah, that's fair. There's the bag. So it's like a little calico bag, and when you open it up, inside we've got a bunch of brushes. Here they are. So they're all eye brushes. This set retails for 85 Australian dollars. The Ela Cosmetics, or Ela Cosmetics as a brand, they're an Aussie brand. I love supporting these guys. Look, to be honest, there's not that many Aussie indie brands that are like really pushing up through the ranks, so I'm excited to support these guys, especially since they sell my absolute favorite brush tools, makeup brushes. And they also sell the Ela Cosmetics beauty sponge, which is like, in terms of a standard beauty sponge, they are my holy grail. They are my absolute favorite. They are so damn soft. I have a huge, let me get it. I gotta show you my backup of Ela sponges. So you can see the love is real. I have, what, 8 backup sponges from Ela. I have their original pink signature shade, and I have their mint shade, which is one that came into their collection just this year. Absolutely gorgeous. I love their original brush set. This is a completely shameless promotion video for Ela. I love them, and I'm totally excited to dig into these brushes and let you guys know what I think about them. Also, I just said that this is a shameless promotion video. I should specify this video isn't sponsored or anything. They sent me the new eye brush set for free. I have purchased sponges from Ela before in the past. They also sent me their first brush set, and I will pull out some brushes from that original brush set to compare to some of the brushes that you will find in the new little eye set. But let's dig into it. So the brush set, like I said, contains 12 synthetic brushes. So they are all cruelty free. There is no animal hair here. They are all designed for doing eye type work, but you can totally multi-purpose some of these brushes. This one, which is the E16, I was thinking that would be a good concealing brush. It's nice and dense, but it's got great movement. And there's like brushes that you can use as brow brushes or lip lining brushes, stuff like that. So, you know, you're not really limited to just using these on the eyes. So did I mention, probably I've mentioned this about 12 times already, the collection retails for 85 Australian dollars. They do ship internationally, and if you break down the cost per brush, it's about $7 per brush, which isn't too bad. So they have a gorgeous mint handle. They are numbered. We've got like the E08, E12, E13, etc, etc. The ferrules are a gorgeous rose gold, very pretty, and like I said, it does come with a little calico bag. So I'm gonna get into demoing these brushes. I'm gonna try and use as many as I can. Let's see if I can use 12 eye brushes to complete an eye look. I'm going to start with the E16. This is a round, dense brush. The bristles are not super densely packed, so it does have nice movement. I'm going to use it to apply a eye primer. I'm going to use the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in the shade Nude. That little brush applies product generously. It's very soft, like I said, because it's not too densely packed. It's got a lot of nice flexibility and movement, so it doesn't feel like you're sort of poking yourself with a hard, densely packed brush. It's quite nice. I like that one, and like I said, I'm gonna try it with concealer. I'm keen to do that. This one here is the E10 Fluffy Blending Brush. There are two other blenders in this pack. I'll show them to you. So we've got the E12 here, which is the smallest one. We have the E11, which is a medium one, and then the E12, which is a large one. That's fantastic. These two brushes are going to be great for smaller eyes. This one, great for larger eyes or putting like a large transition, or not a large transition, but transition in the crease, because you might want to sort of blow that out a little bit and not do it with something smaller. That these ones would, you know, they offer more precision. So I'm going to use this one to set my primer. You're going to hear me say this a whole lot, and I might just stop like giving mini reviews of these brushes sort of after I've used them and just do it all at the end. But this is a really nice brush. It's really soft. It blended beautifully. It applied that product evenly. I can feel it set everything perfectly. But the real test will be when we go in with some color. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Clam palette because I'm loving this one at the moment. Gonna take the shade Dusty Rose. I'm taking the shade Sienna on the E11 brush, which is the medium blending brush. And now I'm going in with Mulberry on the E12, which is a small blending brush. This brush here is the E07. You can see it is a shorter, denser, sort of oval brush. This one, it doesn't have heaps of flexibility. I've got to really get in there to get it moving, but it's a dense one and I think it might be good for applying creams. So I'm going to chuck on some Australis Metallics in Gold Gaga. This one is the E14. It is a dense, flat little shader brush. This would be great for doing the cut crease. This one here is the E13. It is just an eyeshadow packing brush. It's a fairly big one. So if you've got a lot of area to cover, this one's going to help get the job done quickly. That picks up a lot of product. Check that out. So that's the shade Sultry. I'll just tap some of that off because that's a lot. This one here is the E18. So this is another eyeshadow packing brush. You can see it's kind of like this is kind of a hybrid between a blending brush and a packing brush. Okay, so you've got a little bit longer bristles, which means there's some pretty decent movement there. It's what I consider a one and done brush. So essentially I would use this to pack something all over my eyelid, and then I would use it to blend out the edges. So if I'm in a rush or I just want to do something really simple, this is the kind of brush I would reach for that job. However, I'm going to use it to highlight my brow bone, and I'm using a highlighter from the Nars Exposed Cheek palette. This is the shade Tell All. I don't feel like you can really see that highlighter very well. I am wearing it like on my cheekbone here. It's a fucking gorgeous highlighter. I need to get rid of this fallout. But it doesn't show up too well on the brow bone, which I personally really like. I'm not into like a super blinding highlight on the brow bone, but for the sake of actually being able to demonstrate the brush and show you guys like how it applies, I feel like I need to use something a little bit more intense. So it's applied a nice, smooth, even layer of that highlighter, and I gotta say it's pretty good. It didn't all get stuck in my stray brow hairs, which is great. This one is the E17, so I'm gonna use this as an eyelining brush. There is also an angled brush in here which you could try out for eyelining. I'm gonna save this one for brows. What I can say about this brush is it is a lot bigger than what I would typically use to line my eyes. So I'm just using it to pop down a little line. I am going to put some lashes on today because I want to film some other videos. And this is just going to help to sort of camouflage the lash band a little bit, because the lash band on the lashes that I'm going to wear is black. But you can see like it's gone on fine. So you can get product on that tip, and it does have a fine tip, so if you wanted to, you could use it to create a wing. Personally, I still think it's a bit too thick for me. If I wanted to create a wing, I wouldn't reach for this brush because I feel like I would have a bit of a disaster. But I'm also going to use it to tight line. That's a nice little brush to tight line with. So if you like to use gels rather than like a pencil straight in the tight line or even on the waterline, I like brushes like this because they're quite small. You can certainly use something, use something like this, which is like a lip type brush or a defining brush, or you could use an angled brush. But I like these ones because when you actually get in there, you don't have too much brush getting in the way. There's no risk of it, or there's minimal risk of it like brushing against your eyeball and having you like pull back or blink or something like that. So yeah, it has a purpose. It's just not, it's not a wing liner brush for me. This one here is the E15. This is a small pencil brush. I'm gonna use this along the lower lash line with the shade Dusty Rose. Same brush, going back in with Gold Gaga, and I'm going to put some of that on my inner corner. Next brush is the E09, so this is an angled brush. I'm going to use this in my brows. I'm going to play with the new Sigma Light Colour and Shape Brow Powder Duo. I haven't used this before. Okay, I'm not digging what's happening here. I don't know if it's the brush or the Sigma brow powder, so I'm going in with something that I know. This is the Colourpop brow color in Blondie. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. After using it with a product that like I'm familiar with, I'm satisfied with the application. Last brush that I have is the E08. Look at that, guys. So far I've used 11 brushes in this eye demo. This is a flat like defining brush, so think of it kind of like a concealing brush, except it has a completely flat top. I'm going to use this brush just to tidy up underneath my brow. To be fair, I really don't need to do this, but I just want to see how it applies product. Okay, well that works. I can't demonstrate it on a big scale because I don't need to do it, and I would just be applying excess makeup for no good reason. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It works to carve the brows. So that's the demo of the I See the Light brush set. I'm really happy with the quality of them. They all work beautifully. They're similar in their, or the same in their quality as the Angel Fall set, so you know, no changes there. If you have the Angel Fall set or any of their individual brushes from their like original brush release, you're getting the same quality, so that's great. Now if you do own the Angel Falls set and you're thinking about buying this one as well, you want to know if there are any duplicates. There are no duplicates that I can tell, potentially one, which I'll point out, but I'm gonna go through and show you like the similar brushes. So we've got the E10 and the large blending brush. So these are similar in size, except you might be able to see that the pink one is a little bit more narrow at the base, which means there's less bristles in there, so it is a bit softer and a bit fluffier, whereas the E10 from the I See the Light set is a bit denser. And I need to change my battery. Here we have the pencil brushes. So the E15 is from the new brush set. You can see that it is smaller in comparison to the one from the Angel Falls set. Here we have two shading brushes. So the E07 is this one with the mint handle that is from the new set. They look very similar. However, let me see if I can get this nice and straight so I can show you. The new E07 is actually slightly bigger. It is, the bristles are taller, which means it's not as stiff and dense at the tip as the original one from the Angel Falls brush set. So this one has a bit more movement, whereas this one is a bit stiffer. And the last one is the E18, so that's this one here. This is very, very similar to the one in the Angel Falls set, except again, it is slightly longer in the bristles, but actually it does feel slightly different. This one feels a little bit looser again up in the bristles or at the tip of the bristles, whereas this one feels slightly denser, but it's not a lot. It's not a huge change. So there's a nice little selection of brushes here that is going to be, you know, a good addition to expanding on the Angel Falls brush set. If you were looking to add more eye brushes to your collection, I think if you have normal sized eyes or large eyes, every single thing here is potentially going to be useful for you. If you have small eyes, you might find some brushes, like for me, the E13, which is this guy. I use this to apply, what's the color called? Sultry. I used it to apply sultry sort of over the center of the lid. It is large for me. For me, this would actually be the sort of brush that I would just put on one color and then blend out the crease because it is quite large. Or if I was trying to put color all over my eyelid, like a sparkly color. The larger blending brush, so this was the E10. I thought this might be a bit too big for me, but it's actually quite nice using it in the crease or to set my primer before I go in with eyeshadows. And the E16, this one will definitely be something that I continue to use to apply my eye base, so my primer or a concealer. So if you do have small eyes like me and you find some brushes are a bit cumbersome, sort of getting them on the eye and also maintaining control and precision over the brush, they're the three that you might find are a little bit larger than you particularly like. But if you have large eyes, you're gonna love these. If you have normal sized eyes, you're gonna love them. And the rest are all easy to use on small eyes, which means they're gonna be easy to use on large eyes. They're gonna offer you precision and detail. So if you wanna do like little bits of fancy stuff on your eyes, you can totally do that. I think this is a really nice addition to the Ela range. Bring out more. I want more. All right, guys, so that's it for my Ela I See the Light first impressions and demo. If you have picked up this collection, let me know what you think of them. Do you have some faves? Do you even have some fails? Ela are pretty good at taking constructive criticism. I got to give them that. Oh, actually, one other thing that I want to mention if you buy this brush set, and I totally forgot about it until I mentioned the constructive criticism. When this arrived for me, I opened it up and I could smell the glue that was used to like help bind the, I'm assuming, either the hairs into the ferrule or the ferrule to the handle of the brush. I could smell the glue, and Kat and I did reach out to Ella on that, and they were like, don't worry, it'll dissipate, because these were actually fresh out of the factory. So they'd got them and they were like, let's get them out to our customers. And that is completely, like, it's true. The smell completely gone. Like, I can't smell it, and I completely forgot about it until I mentioned the constructive criticism. So if they do arrive to you and they do have a scent, don't stress. It will dissipate over just a couple of days. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I'm gonna have another brush review video coming. It is a review on some high-end brushes that I brought ages and ages and ages ago. So if you want to know more about brushes, you can keep an eye out for that. But if you only like to buy cruelty-free and synthetic brushes, then that video won't be for you. This one would be though. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.